straight mocked the king, man. He smiled at him, man. I said, don't think that belt hit on his food, man.
These heathens are retarded, man. Well, you Jakes look up to these heathens, man, when they're a bunch of retards, man. We're the ones who the Most High gave the knowledge to, because our God is actually a God of knowledge. He ain't a God of foolishness, man. Fish heads and stuff. Go on, bro.
Well, it was Daniel that was speaking falsely against us, and they little regarded it. But under the table they had made a privy entrance whereby they entered in continually and consumed those things. So when they were going forth, the king set meats before Baal. Now Daniel had commanded his servants to bring ashes, and those that shewed throughout all the temple in the presence of the king alone. Then went they out and shut the door and sealed it with the king's signet, and so departed. Now in the night came the priests with their wives and children, as they were wont to do, and did eat and drink up all. In the morning bedtime, the king arose and Daniel with him. And the king said, Daniel, are the seals whole? And he said, Yea, O king, they be whole. And as soon as he had opened the door, the king looked upon the table and cried with a loud voice, Great art thou, O Baal, and with thee is no deceit at all. Then laughed Daniel, again mocking the king, man, and held the king that he should not go in, and said, Behold, now the pavement, and mark well whose footsteps these are these. And the king said, I see the footsteps of men, women, and children. And then the king was angry, and took the priests with their wives and children, who shewed him the privy doors where they came in, and consumed such things as were upon the table. Therefore the king slew them, and delivered Baal into Daniel's power, who destroyed him and his temple.
That's right, man. Because they're just idols, man. The gods of these other nations are just idols, man. And these heathens are retarded, man.
Yeah. If you read a little bit further after that, man, so the king of Babylon just saved face, man. There was a dragon.
Yeah, there was a reptile, man.
Yeah. Behind in the statue, behind the statue, whatever. And he tried worshipping that, man.
So he didn't even learn his lesson, man.
How can he's going to tell what? You can't say this isn't a living God, or this ain't living. And Daniel showed that to be foolishness as well, man. He went out with no weapon and blew it up.
Like I said, the heathen, they gotta believe in a God that they can see, man.
That's right.
They're carnal, man, and they're stupid and retarded. So where was before that? Oh yeah, let me finish this. Right. So there you go. It says, this is Deuteronomy the 4th chapter, and the 17th verse is, the likeness of any beast that is on the earth, the likeness of any winged fowl that flieth in the air, the likeness of anything that creepeth on the ground, the likeness of any fish that is in the waters beneath the earth. Unless thou lift up thine eyes unto heaven, and when thou seest the sun and the moon and the stars, even all the hosts of heaven, shouldest be driven to worship them and serve them, which the Lord thy God hath divided unto all nations under the whole earth. So that's why these other nations, they worship these damn idols, man, because the Most High giving them up onto that, man. They're retarded, man. The Lord ain't dealing with them. They don't have no knowledge, man. They don't even know their own history properly. They're messed up. Yeah. Israel, we know more about their history than they do about their own history, man. They're beasts. Stop giving these heathens credit, man. These heathens don't deserve no credit, man. That was the king, man, and even Daniel was come on, man. Daniel was the wisest man in Babylon, man.
That's why you notice that all these religions got their symbols, man. That they reverence, man.
Oh yeah, like Islam's got the moon and the crescent moon and the star. Go back to Egypt.
And the God just spoke about, worshipping the host of heaven, man. You know, you weren't meant to do that. Same with the bull, okay? And the Dagon, the fish, man. They're all animals,
and the American flag, man. That's a fucking idol, man. Star Spangled Banner. You bunch of Star Spangled faggots, man. That's what you are. The Most High gonna destroy you, man. It's in the nature of a heathen to deal with idols, man. They can't help it, man. It's in the nature of a heathen to deal with foolishness, man. That's why I ain't really got no respect for a heathen, man. Because a heathen don't know nothing, man. If you ain't dealing with, and if you're an Israelite and you ain't dealing with this Bible, you're a fucking heathen, man. Because this Bible is what separates us, man. The knowledge that the Lord gave us is what separates separated us. And it weren't just the laws, statutes, and commandments. That's the first. It's also the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the entire universe that comes with that, man. That's why Jacob, the master inventor, man. Because that's the knowledge that comes with our God, because our God has knowledge, whereas their God has none. It's an idol. Their God can't inspire them to do nothing. Yeah. Only the wickedness of their own heart.
Yep.
Go on, get that Wisdom of Solomon there, Art.
Okay, it's the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 14, up from the top here.
Yep.
Okay, again, one preparing himself to sail and about to pass through the raging waves, calleth upon a piece of wood more rotten than the vessel that carrieth him.
Yeah, that's the heathen, man.
For very desire of gain deviseth that.
Oh, you know what, man? Start from the verse from chapter 13, man. And I got some other precepts that I want to bring out while we're bringing this out. That's why you Jakes, man, you got to come back to this Bible, man. Because anything else is obviously foolishness, man.
Yeah.
It's obviously foolishness, man. And the Bible is solidified, man. It's a bestseller, man.
And brother was telling me this on the way here, man, about the Aborigines believing, man. That just bugs me out, man. That just sounds so fucked up, man. You know, how can you believe that, man? That just sounds crazy.
You gotta be retarded to even believe, to even come up with that in the first place, and then to actually believe that, man. And then you go, oh, you gotta respect, man. Yeah, man. No. Do what you want, man. But my children ain't coming up with that bullshit, man. Fucking heathens.
Okay, it's Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13. Surely vain are all men by nature, who are ignorant of God.
That's it. Vain. And that's what their doctrines are, man. That's in the scriptures. Let me get I want to read this. But you know what? Jeremiah, the 10th chapter is so powerful. Not the 10th. Yeah, the 10th chapter is so powerful, man. It's a powerful chapter. Since the scriptures just said that, it says, surely, read that again and then get Jeremiah the 10th chapter, man. Because Jeremiah the 10th chapter is just, that's the Lord showing you these heathens are vain, man. Their thoughts are vain. Their doctrines are vain, man. Stay away from these religions, man. Stay away from their bullshit, man. Because that's what it is. And the number one heathen is a so-called white man. So definitely stay away from his bullshit, man.
Yeah. Because he's adopted everything, man.
He's a vain clown. Any man that come up with the Big Bang Theory and then try and scientifically bring some kind of basis to that is vain, man. Every time they come up with a hiccup, they got to invent a new particle that doesn't exist. It's bullshit, man.
It's all thesis, man, all theory.
It's just
none of it.
It's a new religion. That's what it is. Yeah. And then their new god is themselves.
Because they're the so-called finders of the truth. Because they're so great. Okay, it's back again. Surely vain are all men by nature who are ignorant of God.
Surely vain are all men. Wasn't ignorant, meaning they don't have no knowledge of God. How do you gain knowledge of God? Through this word. That's why these heathens are vain. That's why the Bible says in Psalms the 2nd chapter, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Because all men, they ain't got the Most High and the word of the Most High. They're vain by nature. The shit they just come up with is just, that's why 230 you Jakes, you're vain by nature. That's why when them Jakes, them natives went over to the Americas, right? And they started going away from the Bible, what did they come up with? Vanities, man. Yep. Pure vanities, man. Now they kept certain things, they kept. Because in the among the Native American Indians, you had different tribes, man, and they would start coming up with different vanities, man, I'm telling you. But among them, you hear certain man talking about the Great Spirit, which is really them speaking about the Most High. So there's certain remnants, but from they started going away from the word, they become ignorant of God. And then what do they get? Bare vanities, man. Bare madness, man. Crazy stories, man.
Worshipping bulls and eagles and...
Yeah, which in the beginning, it wasn't supposed to be no worship of bulls. They weren't really worshipping at them totem poles. But certain of them tribes fell down into that, man. Vanity, man. Fell into vanity. That's why the Lord said, look, man, don't follow the ways of these nations, man. You finish that verse? Read that verse.
And could not of the good things that are seen, know him that is, even by considering the works, did they acknowledge the workmaster.
That's exactly what I was trying to say. They gain certain knowledge of the world. Oh, the sun, they feel the heat from the sun. It rises every day, so forth. They see that the sun plays, but the sun does play an integral part upon the earth. Because the trees need that energy, man. The sun fuels the earth, man. But hold on. Does that mean we're supposed to start worshipping the sun? Or the moon brightens up the dark at night? Does that mean we're supposed to start worshipping the moon? The moon sets the tides. So you can see the action of the moon. Does that mean, no, we don't worship that.
Set it in its place, man.
We worship the creator of the moon and the sun. But these heathens, they're retarded, man. They don't know, they're ignorant.
Jeremiah 10, yeah?
Yeah, we'll come back to that. But Jeremiah 10 is so powerful, I wanna read that.
The whole thing?
Yeah. That's why the Lord said that. He didn't say hair all the world, because you can't help a heathen. The only time the heathen are gonna get it right is by us forcing them to do it right, man. And they're gonna see. They're gonna see. The heathens, how are they gonna see? Because we're gonna have power, man.
Representatives, man.
The representatives of the Most High are gonna have power. See, it's only when the Most High show his power that a heathen wants to get in his place, man. Like Nebuchadnezzar, the Most High showed his power to him, had him eating grass for 7 years. That's when he was out, yeah, the Most High. Okay? When the Most High do what he gonna do on this planet, and the holy angels and all that come down here, and the nation of Israel is established, that's when the heathens are gonna get it right. But right now they ain't gonna get it right, because we're the ones coming with the word, and oh yeah, who are you? Where's your God? They want us to have the Most High sitting next to us, man, made out of gold and all that. Money flowing out of our pockets and shit, sparks flying. But don't worry, the sparks is gonna fly, man, when the chariots turn up.
Jeremiah 10 verse 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
The Bible says, learn not the way of the heathen. What's the way of the heathen? Their customs, their myths, their religions, man. That's a cold cut to all you jakes. You talking about how you want to be Muslim. That's the way of the heathen, man. That didn't originate with our people, man. That's the way of the Arabs, man.
No matter what spin they put on it, man.
Okay. And on top of that, when you go back to the Catholic Church that it was born out of, that whole doctrine that the Catholic Church was carrying didn't come from Jake. Even though you had Jake up in there, that went back to Babylon. Because Rome, after the library in Alexandria was burnt, the next greatest library of occult knowledge, which is basically all the different ways of the heathen, was Rome. Don't you know Rome has a great library with all kind of information in there? Remember when you go into Alexander the Greek, which even Josephus would attest to that Alexander, he created a library in Alexandria, and he started bringing information from all the different peoples on the earth into one place. Well, that was also being done in Rome. So when the library in Alexandria was burnt, the next place that had all the books was Rome. That's why the so-called Catholic Church is in Rome. And they're the keepers of that occult knowledge. Right? Now, what you got this whole New Age movement is all about was they actually sent people to all the different heathens all around the world, and they deduced that basically all the different religions is a perversion of that original pure Luciferian doctrine that was at Babel. And they want to go back to that. So see, they want to go full circle back. No, they don't want to go back to the truth. They want to go back to the pure perversion, the original perversion, which was at Babel, which is at Babylon with Nimrod. You see how the heathens work? They don't say, oh, you know what, truth say the Bible is the truth. We perverted the Bible at Babylon, man. We went into idolatry. No, they wanna bring all that idolatry back into one